Hello, how you guys doing? Thanks for joining us tonight for another episode of Garden City Community Chat. We hope that you're all safe and doing well. Kind of a nice evening here in Garden City, Michigan. Tonight we have another good one for you. Dearborn Heights Councilwoman Lisa Hicks-Clayton is back for a visit. She is also a candidate running for Dearborn Heights City Treasurer. And if that's not enough to keep her busy, she is also the Constituent Services Liaison for State Senator Betty Jean Alexander. So if you have any questions or concerns you'd like to address, have them ready. So, and we hope that you'll stick around for that. But first up will be Doppler Tom with the latest weather forecast for us. This weather has been absolutely wonderful. We'll see how long that's going to last. Mike has a few community announcements, and I'll also have the latest COVID numbers for you. So we have a lot to get to tonight. Remember, if you have any questions or comments for our guests, be sure to type them in the comment section if you're watching us live on Facebook, or you can text them to 734-788-9319, and we'll be happy to get them answered for you. So grab your favorite beverage on this beautiful evening here in Garden City, Michigan, and join us for the next hour or so. Should be an interesting one. This is episode number 498. It is September 24th, 2020. I am your host, Kerry, and also joining me tonight, our favorite weather guy, Dr. Tom Iwinski. How you doing, Tom?
Enjoying this weather like you.
Oh, this is beautiful. Wonderful. And also longtime resident and former city councilman Mike Jones. Mike, you okay?
Excellent, Kerry. I'm getting better, though.
Always getting better, right?
Always.
Hey, we have to give a shout out to all our listeners in the surrounding communities who tune in every Thursday night. We want you to know that your support is greatly appreciated. Without you, we wouldn't be celebrating 10 years and almost 500 episodes. So please continue to watch, share, and listen. And remember, if your community has any events or announcements coming up or canceled due to the COVID, what should they do, Mike?
They ought to email us, and we'd be glad to publicize that information for them.
That's right. Email us all the details at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, or you can contact us through our website at gccommunitychat.com. And we'll be more than happy to announce that information for you. And speaking of 500 episodes, be sure to make a note that we will be celebrating our 500th show on October 8th at 8 p.m. We'll have several special guests stopping by to say hi for a visit. It's all remote, so be sure to tune in October 8th on Facebook at facebook.com/GCChat. It's going to be a very special show for sure. All right, let's get Tom in here now with the latest check of the weather. And then we'll spend some time chatting with our good friend, Dearborn Heights Councilwoman Lisa Hicks-Clayton. So stand by. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. Well, the weather's beautiful. We need to bottle this probably, right?
Yeah, can we just put this in a bottle and release it another 360 times this year?
Yeah, this is a whole week of weather where we need to bottle it up, save it for probably January 29th, maybe, and open it. Because those are the dog days of winter, and we will be there soon enough. But yes, we are definitely dealing with a nice stretch of weather, and it will continue. As we get throughout the rest of the evening, it's going to be fairly clear out there. It's going to be a cool night. Definitely going to be into the mid-50s for overnight lows. And as we get into the next 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, this weather will continue. This pattern will continue. There'll be a lot of sun, a few afternoon clouds each day. Temperatures are going to continue to be on the warm side, just like they've been the last few days. We'll probably see daytime high temperatures in the lower 80s. So not too warm and not too cool either, right in the middle, just to please everybody. But enjoy these next 3 days, because as we get into next week and the foreseeable future, I do see a pattern shift developing. So we're definitely going to be dealing with some changing weather as we get into next week. So past this weekend,
Damn Canadians.
as we get into next week, it's definitely going to start cooling down as we get trough moving into the Great Lakes region. As we get into Monday and Tuesday, we'll see temperatures probably dipping down into the upper 60s for high temperatures. And we'll probably see a little bit of on and off rain throughout those 2 days as well, as we get a little bit more clouds developing and a little bit of more rain moving through the region. So we'll definitely see those temperatures dropping down as well, like I said, into the mid to upper 60s for Monday and Tuesday. And as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, we'll see temperatures right around 60 degrees for a high temperature. So we're talking about probably a 20-degree drop as we get into next week from what we're going to be dealing with the next few days, temperature-wise. And it's definitely going to be a whiplash of a weather forecast. And as we get into the end of next week and into October, I can't believe we're saying that, October, we're definitely going to see that cooling trend continuing. Temperatures will be right around 60 degrees as we continue to get into the month of October. So we're definitely going to be cooling down, and we're definitely going to be consistently cooling down and staying like that for the next few weeks out there as we look into the foreseeable future into our region. So definitely not terrible. It's definitely cooling down, which is something that happens this time of year. Me and Carrie love it, so that's good in our books. Richard, enjoy the next 3 days and then go into hiding. You'll be good. So yes, we're pleasing everybody as we get into the next week. Expanding outward and talking about some other weather, it's been fairly active, but now it's starting to really quiet down. I don't really see too much going on. We've definitely seen some rain across the Pacific Northwest. They're definitely dealing with some better weather conditions for the wildfire region out there. But after this storm moves through, there definitely is going to be a more drier pattern developing as we get into the following weeks. So we're definitely going to keep an eye on them because the wildfire risk and the wildfires in general will continue across that region. So hopefully they can get a handle on them over the next few days. And to the east, it's definitely staying on the rainy side, especially across the southeastern United States as they're dealing with more heavy rain out there. And like I said last week, the tropics have been fairly busy. We did run out of names, like I said. We're now in the Greek alphabet, and we're already past beta. So we're getting through that list fairly quickly. And the good news is that beta made landfall. It's now gone, essentially. There's some more rain developing across the south, but that system's gone. And the good news is that I don't see any more immediate threats in the tropics for the United States. So there's definitely going to be a quieting pattern developing over the next 5 days. So I don't see any immediate threats. So that's good because we are past the peak of the hurricane season. But the hurricane season is not over until the end of November. So we're definitely still have a few more months. And there'll probably be more storms out there. But as of right now, we could catch our breath for a little bit. And there isn't anything major going on. So I just wanted to briefly update the hurricane season out there. And if you want to keep tuned to all of my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com, and it will keep you updated on this warm weekend and then a big cool down as we get into next week.
Okay. So enjoy this weekend for sure, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And then it sounds like a 3-dog night coming up.
The last breath of summer.
Yeah, get those woolies ready. Well, hopefully we'll get an Indian summer in October, but you never know. Never know.
Right now, we'll never. It's a little bit too early to know, but hopefully we get a little bit.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. Just a quick reminder, our show streams live every Thursday evening at 8 p.m., so we hope you'll set aside some time to join us. And be sure to invite your friends to join in as well. Also, if you go to our Facebook page, be sure to follow us, and you'll be reminded whenever our show is streaming live. And while you're there, feel free to leave us a review. We would really appreciate it. You can also get more information and contact us as well by visiting our website at gccommunitychat.com. Okay, let's introduce our guest for tonight. It's been a little while since she's been here, visited the show. Please welcome back Dearborn Heights Councilwoman Lisa Hicks-Clayton. Hi, Lisa. How you doing?
Hello.
How
I'm
are
doing
you?
great. It's been too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, been a while,
Been too
hasn't
long.
it? I-
Yes,
I'm-
it has been. We
Yeah.
we need to do this more often. And congratulations
Oh,
on
thank
10
you.
years. What is it, 500 shows?
Be
You're
500
getting
shows. Yeah.
that is amazing. Again, congratulations on a great community chat and the services that you offer to your community and the surrounding communities. That is
Right.
to be commended.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, the first thing I usually ask my guests, how are you doing? Everyone safe, doing well?
Yeah, everyone's doing well, safe. It's, it's different, right?
Mhm.
With
The new
what's
normal.
going on with the pandemic.
Terrible.
We've gone from working remotely to being hybrids to, trying to resume some normalcy, but doing it safely.
Right.
The kids, learning, a lot of them are either hybrid or remote. I mean, that's a challenge. My daughter's a senior this year, so
Oh, wow.
it's really rough as a senior to not be in school your
Oh,
senior year. I mean,
they're
and I
missing so much.
anticipate they will reassess that, of course,
Sure.
at
Sure.
the end of the trimester, and we'll see how things are going. But it's definitely been a change, a period of change and adaptation, but really growth and learning and being resourceful.
Mhm.
And and as you know, I lost my son in February, which the pandemic came, right after March 17th,
Right.
is when the
Right.
governor, made the declaration. And so, in a way, and of course, our office with the senator became extremely busy at that point.
Right.
But we
We'll
were,
get into
we
that.
were
Yeah.
remote. We
Yeah.
were doing everything remote, but we were taking hundreds of calls a day
Oh,
for months after that.
wow.
And doing it all remotely was, again, it was just it's still a difficult period.
Mhm.
People are so uncertain right now. They're scared. I mean, it's really trying times. And so we try to be that reassurance, like we want to encourage people.
Exactly. So look, Lisa, you're not only a Dearborn Heights City Council woman, you're also a mother, a public servant, community advocate, author, actress, singer, a field organizer for Michigan Democratic Party, constituent services liaison for State Senator Alexander, and now
Yeah.
a candidate for Dearborn Heights City Treasurer. When
Never a
do you
dull
sleep?
moment.
When do you sleep?
Well,
By the way,
yeah,
that's just a partial list.
yeah. Well, I'm very blessed, and I will tell you, I'm a faithful servant first.
Yes. Yes.
I am your sister. I am, I do believe that, and everything is about glory to God.
Yeah.
And I've really realized that, and that's, I always focus on that first,
Mhm.
and everything else seems to fall into place, and which is great because I consider those blessings, and you try to extend those blessings to others, and that's through service and dedication to a community. I'm honored to be a council member.
Mhm.
The position I have with Senator Alexander's office is an honor because, I do the constituent services.
Sure.
Every single call, every email, every letter that comes in, that's what I do. I
Okay.
address every one of those, like one-on-one in person, and it's about helping people.
Right.
And really had the opportunity to do that. I
Yep.
mean, like unemployment alone, we're probably, literally over, let me think about this, about 1,000, at least more, that we've been able to help resolve.
Wow. Wow.
It takes a lot of work, and
awesome.
it's cooperation with
Yep.
other departments, state departments.
All
We're all
working
working together.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
And
I've said this before, you are one busy lady, that's for sure. So
Yeah.
what made you decide to run for treasurer now?
Is that position?
well,
open?
Is
yeah,
that an
good
open
question.
position?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, our treasurer that we had, and I think it was close to 26 years for him,
Oh, wow.
John Riley.
Okay.
Yeah. He did resign from his position,
Okay.
and he left 1 year left on a 4-year term.
Okay.
And I will tell you, that was interesting too, because that getting on ballot as the pandemic was really ramping up
Mhm.
became a challenge. I mean, let's be honest. How do you collect signatures? In Dearborn Heights, we do petitions. Okay. You can't pay to get on ballot for a local race. You have to collect signatures. Well, you got a pandemic, and how are you doing that?
Right.
So that's being really resourceful and figuring out. There was a couple of judgments, court orders that came down, and that was, but the reason I ran is our treasurer has resigned,
Mhm.
and that department is really critical in particular when it comes to following the city charter, as well as enforcing and following the state and federal regulations. That's
Right.
really, this office is very important.
Very.
And I did a lot of work. I don't know if you remember, but I did a lot of work on the Act 345, which
Yeah.
is the pension system for fire and police.
Right.
And everything I did was to protect that.
Mhm.
And the end result, what happened was, and it took over a year to get it done, by the way.
Wow.
I learned a lot about the pension system. I learned a lot about Michigan Department of Treasury and all that.
I bet.
But we finally in Dearborn Heights established the 115 trust funds for general government pension, as
Mhm.
well as police and fire. That's where that money goes in a trust fund that has oversight from a third party, independent party. And it's a way to really to protect your investments for your retirees. And I always think that when you go into a financial crisis, and you've seen this before, and I don't want to point out communities, Wayne County did it, Detroit did it, but I just said it. When they went into a crisis, what was one of the first things they cut? I mean, reduced.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, people were losing their pensions down to 50%. And I will tell you that's, in my mind, wrong. If you work and put your years in, and this is what you are told you're getting, this is your retirement.
Right.
And then now it's taken away from you. It's like pulling the rug out from under you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just not fair, and it's not right to do to people. So that's something I've worked really hard on. And the treasurer's office is the custodian of those programs.
Yeah.
So it was like a natural, I guess, transition into that, position. I do bring experience with, things like, I've been, I worked as a bank teller. I was a regional director for KinderCare Learning Centers, which means I had all the operations and the financials parts and payroll and labor and all that. And then I was a regional manager for a retail store in California when we were stationed there. So I had all that expertise already coming in, but learning what municipal treasurers do is a little bit different, of course. I mean, I'm sitting in the office twice a week, and I have been since August with the staff, and they're training me.
Oh.
They've been training me since August, and I'm so blessed and fortunate, and I absolutely am grateful to the ladies that work in that office. I'm going to tell you, when you sit down with them for 4 hours or 6, however many hours you sit down, boy, are your eyes wide open, right? What they actually do.
Yeah.
And so I've been learning, and I have lots of notes, but I'm also now a member of the Michigan Municipal Treasurers Association.
Okay.
And with that, that's bringing a lot of other resources to me. That is my promise and commitment to do this treasurer's position 100%. Like I try to do everything else, do the best I can. You invest, you learn, you make sure you're doing everything you can to be the best at that responsibility, that job. And also by being in that office and working there with the ladies and seeing what happens and the day-to-day operations, I'm hoping it's a smooth transition if I'm elected.
Right. So it is a big difference than from being on the council, right? Now,
the responsibilities are different.
Yeah. Are you termed out in the council, or you still have time left?
No, we don't have term limits for municipal government in Dearborn Heights.
Okay.
You see that at the state level of government. So we don't have that in Dearborn Heights. So really somebody could run over and over and over and over. So this is my 3rd term on city council. It's a 4-year term. Right. So right now this is like 9.5, almost 10 years. This is the point I'm at in my service as a council member.
Wow.
So if I'm elected, I would of course have to resign as a council member.
Now, would that be a special election for your position then?
What's that?
Would that be a special election for your position?
No, because of the timing of it. What would happen is the city council members would have to appoint someone to fill the rest of my term, which would be a little over 2 years.
Okay.
So, they would have to do an appointment. So, And it's going to happen regardless, by the way, because you got 2 council members running for treasurer. So somebody's seat is going to be open up, and there's going to be an appointment. There is going to be an appointment on Dearborn Heights Council.
Okay. Now, if you're not elected, you go back to council?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Good.
However, we hope I'm elected.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're rooting for you for sure.
We're counting on it. We hope so. Yes, I mean, absolutely. We've got a lot going on in Dearborn Heights, as you know.
Yeah. Mike has a question for you.
If you're elected, you're going to fill out the last year of the previous treasurer's term,
Yep,
And
and I'll have to run next year for reelection.
Okay, that's
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
that's
Wow.
what I was
So
getting
it's
to.
1 year left on that term. So I would fill that year, but then the position will come back up on ballot next year in 2021.
But then you'd be an incumbent.
Yes, that is correct.
That's right. Yeah, true.
That's always helpful.
Yes, it
I've
is.
heard.
Now, you have a fundraiser coming up. Is that correct?
We do, yes. Well, it's more like I don't
I'm
want to
gonna
look at
put
it
up on
as
the
a
screen
fundraiser.
here.
Oh, there it is. Look, it's a better picture of me,
Yeah.
I think.
Good. Looks good. No, you look good.
Yes. So Wednesday, October 14th, and it does say fundraiser, but here's what I want to tell people. If you want to join us, and I'm not going to worry about the funds and the money. I mean, our campaign, I shouldn't say this, but we're paid. We're good.
Sure.
I want people just to come and do a meet and greet in the very least, and I'm also doing a live stream on Sunday to get to know, me if you don't already know me.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So
cool.
we want to make sure people have a chance to meet the candidate, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you are asking, wear your mask and social distance, right?
Yes, we are following those good guidelines. You're going to wear your mask, you're going to social distance. Should be outside, especially for your numbers, because we're watching the governor's executive orders
Yes.
every day.
Mhm.
And I will tell you that every day we get new ones. So we have to stay on top of that and watch that, because this is actually the second time we've scheduled this event.
Right.
And then last time it's because there was a governor's order that really kind of, didn't give us the opportunity to do it.
Right.
And so we canceled it, and then it changed, and they're like, okay, we're going to try it again.
Mhm.
And I say to people, I said, if you just want to stop by, grab a bite to eat, say hello and leave, that's fine.
Sure.
Because, I just want to say hello to people.
Right. Meet and greet. Yeah. Yeah. You've always been very transparent about that. I know that.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's one thing about the treasurer's office. Another thing, back to what the question you originally asked of why running. And I think it's critical to follow the city charter and transparency. In our city charter, it clearly tells us that the restricted fund accounts, like Act 345, like the Public Act 51, which is the roads and street money, all this is restricted. Oh, PEG money, that's another one. Water fund, it's all restricted.
Right.
The treasurer per charter is supposed to present a monthly report on the balances to the city council. I've been on council, how many years did we say now? 9.5?
Almost 10. Almost
A
10.
lot. And I've never seen that report, right?
Wow.
And so I think it's really important, because if you recall, back in 2015, we discovered that there was a millage for the CSO millage that we overtaxed our residents for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that if we actually had the figures that we needed, well, council relies on the treasurer and the administration to tell us what the tax rate should be, right? I mean, that's what they do. But then we tax, again, 4 years on something that could have been paid off and done.
Right.
And so now you have that money sitting in an account. So one of the things my campaign is really about is about that transparency, but also being accountable. Like, you hold me accountable, I hold you accountable.
Sure.
I expect you to hold me accountable.
Yeah,
And I think it's
absolutely.
important in government, because that needs to happen
Yep.
for all elected officials.
Right. Hey, Don Nicholson wants to know, is the fundraiser inside or outside or both?
We're looking at outside, but what's great about this location, I don't know if you've ever been there, it's Lava 2.
Okay.
They've got a great outdoor patio area that has like these heater things, and it's like really kind of cool. I mean, because you could be outside and be really comfortable, even if it's cold. I mean, we've done events there in November, by the way, and it's, what it's like in November. And it's really comfortable for people. See there, Lava Lounge 2, which is on Ford Road, which is 23300 Ford Road. And they have a really nice venue. It's beautiful. It's clean. The food is great. The owners are just amazing supporters in the community.
Awesome.
They're also public servants, and what they do,
They do a lot for the community.
Yes, they really do. They're amazing people. I'm honored to have their support and endorsement. I think that's great. It says a lot, because we've really worked over the years to build relationships with people in our community. As you know, it's about real relationships and being genuine people, because we care about each other, and we actually accomplish more together when we work together.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this is a good example of that partnership. So they've been great. But it's a wonderful venue. I mean, again, please come, please join us. Don't worry. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money.
Just come out and say hi and meet you.
Yes. I mean, I would just welcome having you. However, I may have you take a yard sign with you. Don't worry about it.
There you go. Hey, we got to say hi to a few people that are watching. Dan Bartley is watching. Nora
Hello.
Fix and Patty Fix. Don
Hello.
Nicholson from the Marketplace magazine or newspaper. Kathy Ward. Hello. Who else we got?
And
in there?
Don's wife is running for Westland School
Yeah.
Board.
Gail
Wayne
Nicholson is in there as well, running for Wayne Westland School District Board. Yeah.
Richard Wurlowski.
Richard Warabowski is in there from Chubb's Smokehouse Catering.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
love your food. I
He
will
is
see you
actually-
Saturday.
Yeah, we have an announcement later where you can get his food at. He's going to be out at Lucky Dog this Saturday, so we'll announce
Yes.
that later. So let's talk about Dearborn Heights a little bit. What are some of the major concerns you see facing Dearborn Heights now and in the future?
Well, the biggest thing we've got going on is that forensic audit that the council has been pursuing for over a year and a half.
Mhm.
It all started with a resolution because the charter does allow us to pursue this if we feel we need to. And in particular, again, remember securing those financial records and statements. The
Right.
council is the stewards of the taxpayers' dollars. So
Sure.
we, by charter, should be able to request that information. If we're not getting the information, that's what a resolution does. It's trying to take that next step. I personally wish it didn't come to that, by the way. I
Yeah.
wish it had already been addressed and resolved and we could have moved on, because what's happened is now we're a year and a half into this. It's still not done. We've gone up. Now we have legal fees. We've gone to court. We had to sue the mayor. The judge had to side with us.
It's a
I mean,
mess.
it should never come to that, because I will tell you what kind of division that creates in your community
Yeah.
and how bad it is for your community. And it really is. And I love Dearborn Heights.
We're
It breaks
seeing
my
now
heart.
in the nation.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just breaks my heart to see this. And it didn't have to be like that.
No.
Honestly, let's just look at the accounts that the council members are asking to be reviewed, and have somebody that is a professional with this and really go through it. And because there is some really strong accusations, and this is what I want to say for public record, I
Yeah.
do not believe there's missing money. I don't believe that, but what I do believe, and the mayor did admit to this on Tuesday night when I
Mhm.
asked him about the $2 million that the council in 2016 put aside for the retirement fund, by the way,
Uh-oh.
where that money was, and because of where it shows up in the budget. And if it's restricted, he put it in the reserves, which is the rainy day fund, okay, in the general
Uh-oh.
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so, but he admitted that the reason he did it is because he worried about cash flow. So now you're telling me you use the money
Now
for
you use-
cash flow,
You're using
but-
their money?
but you pay it back, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
but the point is that now that we have those 115 trust funds, that money should go in there, because it was
Sure.
by the council's motion was to support the retiree system, especially when Public Act 202 of 2017 came around, which required the council or the city to have a match on your retirement, and we self-fund, you see.
So he
and
wanted
so-
to pad the rainy day fund with the money.
Yeah, and
Pretty
it's
much.
sitting there. And he admitted, he says, I don't want to put it into the 115 trust fund. And this is true. If it goes in the 115 trust fund, you will not be able to use it for other things. You can't go in there and pull it out, right?
Well, you probably shouldn't, right?
Right, and you shouldn't. Right,
Right.
exactly. So, I mean, but at least he admitted to that. You see, that's the kind of thing that I'm talking about that the
Wow.
council has concerns on. Another big concern that the council had is the PEG money. And if you're familiar with the PEG, P-E-G, I know Don Nicholson probably knows this, right? You're
Yeah.
green, Don? I don't know if you're there, but
Yeah, he's
the
there.
PEG money is the taxes on your cable bills. I don't know if you ever noticed your cable bills.
Yeah.
There's a tax for that, and it's for public education,
Right.
for government. It's your government access channel.
Mm-hmm.
For years, the gentleman who ran that department did a phenomenal job, by the way. His name is Bob Ancrap. He would have to go like on Amazon or eBay or wherever to find parts for our studio equipment,
Oh, wow.
because we couldn't get funds. There were no funds available. And then all of a sudden, of course, he ended up leaving the city. All of a sudden, the mayor's office found almost $900,000. Like, all of a sudden,
Wow.
here's this money. We're going to build a new studio. Well, that's great, but where was the money? You know what I'm saying? And nobody's saying the money was stolen. Please know that. Please know.
Sure.
I'm not, that's not it. But that
Mhm.
money was there. It was somewhere, wherever you decided to, hey, you had it.
Holy cow.
When this, we go to try to purchase things, we're scrapping and buying from eBay and whatever. In reality, as you're getting that money, it's restricted. It's meant to be used for your public government access channel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
to come up with that money, like it's almost 900,000, it's like 800,000, 70 something, to come up with it all of a sudden, like just out of the blue,
Yeah.
after
Really.
being told we never had money.
Mhm.
And, this is the point that the council's making, by the way.
Yeah.
And nobody wants it to be this way. I'm going to be honest with you. I never, ever wanted it to be this way because it's bad for the community.
Oh, sure. Sure.
The community that we love.
Yeah. It doesn't look
However,
good. I mean, yeah, no community wants this. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mike
but
had a
it's
question,
taxpayers'
Lisa.
dollars, right? And so certainly the council has a responsibility of oversight.
Yeah. Mike has a question again for you.
Yes,
You do have an annual audit, don't you?
we do. Plant Moran does our audit, but remember, Plant Moran audits what you tell them to and what's required. That report goes to the Michigan Department of Treasury, but it doesn't dig deep enough. You see what I'm saying? Like a forensic audit actually, like for example, I always thought of it's like the jelly beans. Like, how many jelly beans do you have in the jar? Okay, but how did the jelly beans actually get there?
Yeah.
And that's the difference between those two things. So once the deeper dive and try and understand how that money is moved around, not just what I'm telling you is in that account, right? Like I can tell you this is what's in that account, and you look at it and say, "Yep, that's right."
Mhm.
So you have to get into a deeper dive to understand how that money got there and how it's moved around.
Sure.
Okay.
Richard Worobelski says, mishandling money, that is why there is accountability. Great for you to tell the residents. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Don says that he saw Bob 2 weeks ago. Bob, who runs the.
Oh, Bob Ancraft.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going to talk about him. Bob, your ears are burning. Wonderful guy, by the way. I mean, really, he did such a phenomenal job for the city. I was very sad to see him leave.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would imagine COVID is probably a major concern, as it is with all communities. Now, do you have testing sites in Dearborn Heights, or do they come to Garden City?
We have pop-ups. Like there's one this Saturday at St. Sabina on
Okay.
Ann Arbor Trail, which is open to everyone.
Okay.
You bring your insurance card. If you don't have insurance, that's okay. I believe they take care of that for you.
Mhm.
There's pop-ups, and Wayne County is also doing pop-ups like throughout Wayne County, obviously. Like I think City of Taylor has one this weekend, but they rotate. Sites
Yeah.
rotate.
Right.
One thing that Senator Betty Jean Alexander's office did, and as the liaison and the constituent services person I organized, was our Dearborn Heights Senior Towers there on Outer Drive. We brought in testing for every resident in there.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
elderly folks who, may or may not have transportation, may or may not even want to go out, because I'm going to tell you a lot of seniors are scared with this thing
Oh,
because
absolutely.
they're high risk.
Very vulnerable.
And so we brought testing in, and we can always make that arrangement, by the way.
Okay.
I'm probably going to create more work for myself, but you can call the senator's office. And if you have like a building, like one of your senior buildings or something, and you want us to try to coordinate that, we will coordinate testing for you. Yeah.
Okay.
So people come in. Same thing with the food. We do a lot of food rallies or distributions. You probably have seen that.
Mhm.
We're all over the community. We're in Redford. We're in Dearborn Heights. You need something, we deliver. I mean, it's a part of the job that most people don't talk about because they don't feel it's part of your job.
Right.
But in my mind, it really is, because if you're going to be a public servant, then you're here to serve.
Right. Now, I want to touch on education a little bit. How is Dearborn Heights handling the schools? Are they in person, virtual, or both?
It depends on which school district. So we have 5 school districts in Dearborn Heights, as you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So each one is different. I will tell you that Crestwood, which is, the northern end of Dearborn Heights,
Sure.
that's the one my daughter goes to, is remote. They're virtual learning right now.
Okay.
I do believe, and I don't know this to be a fact, but I believe they will reassess every trimester on that. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But right now they're doing virtual. We know how difficult it is for parents with
Yeah.
virtual, because they now have become the teacher and the parent while trying to do
Having
their
to stay
job.
home too. Somebody has to stay home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult. You've got teachers whose children are homeschooled, and yet they have to get they have to go to work to go teach other
Sure.
students. So there's a lot of challenges with that. And we know a lot of people are adapting. And for parents, it's hard because now you've got all of what you're going to Zoom or whatever they're doing, whatever apps they're using. And it's very confusing and it's very difficult and
Exactly.
frustrating for people.
Yeah.
And it's hard on the kids because the kids aren't getting to socialize like they need.
No.
And it's important. Even the physical activity is down. And
Yeah.
that leads to health problems. And so we're very concerned about that and mental health. So you got Crestwood, which is virtual. You've got D7, which is, they are back, and I think they're combined. Like they're a hybrid. And I think Westwood is a hybrid as well. We also have a few students that go to Wayne Westland, not many, and a few go to Taylor, and some go to Dearborn. So each of those are different.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's a tough situation. I know we're remote, and they're going to revisit, I think, after the first
9
semester,
weeks, yeah.
9 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk
Yeah.
about your other job. And you touched on it, your constituent services liaison. Go ahead and explain to our listeners, what the job entails. You touched on it a little bit.
Yes. So this job is amazing. I love it. I love working with and for Senator Alexander and our chief of staff. Lamar Lemons is our chief of staff, as you probably know.
Yep.
And, it's interesting because when I came on, I was in the in-district liaison work. Like I would go to meetings that the senator couldn't go to or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It became where
You
I
come
ended
to
up.
our council meetings sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes I do that. I show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
With updates.
Right.
Sometimes.
Absolutely. Yeah. We appreciate it.
But now I'm in Lansing, and yes, I do the commute, and I love the commute because it gives me a chance to breathe. But I manage the office and the staff.
Wow.
I manage the office and the staff, and I do like I said, all of the calls that come in and emails. I answer every one of those. If any constituent services, whatever a constituent may need. About right now, 90% of our workload is unemployment insurance claims. So we work as a liaison or a conduit with that department to try to get these issues resolved. We've been very successful at doing that. Sometimes it's frustrating, to be honest, because you have to really keep knocking that door, so to speak, figuratively, not literally, because but we help people. Like I've had people who are having problems with their water testing in Dearborn Heights, or like Ecorse Creek is a big issue for us. So, I've continued to pursue that at the federal level. In Wayne County, we're getting closer to the mark on that, by the way, of getting that project done and breaking ground probably in about 2-3 years at the most. Let's say they're having a hard time with their DT, they're getting a shut-off notice. We're really doing what my position is. It's really about you come to me with something and you don't know where to go or who to talk to. I'm that person that helps you find that.
Now, what about the flooding issues? There was a lot of flooding issues, basements flooding in Dearborn Heights. Is that something that you would help resolve that, or do they have to go through the city first and then?
They would have to go through the city, but we help navigate that.
Okay.
So really, that's what I do is I help navigate people through things.
Yeah.
Because I have found that people, and they just they have an issue, but they don't know who to call or how to handle it, or like for example, my job is to know every one of those state departments and know what they do, and at the federal level, the state level, and also within each municipality in our district. So it's important to know, for example, in Garden City, who would I call about an ordinance issue if a resident doesn't know how to navigate it. But we're not trying to tell anybody how to do their job, but we're just got to be a conduit to get the item addressed and resolved.
Exactly.
So we work with these departments and we work with people, and it's about improving quality of life for others.
So let our listeners know what the district, what communities her district covers, the senator.
Yep. So this is the 5th Senate District. So that includes, you've got Dearborn Heights, and you have Garden City, Inkster, Redford, and part of Detroit. Detroit, it's like the 48219, 48235. That's like the northwest corner of Detroit. They're along Grand River, that area, Outer Drive. Yeah. So that's the area of Detroit that we have. So it's there's over 260,000 residents in our district.
Wow. And the number on the screen there is the number that they can reach you, and that's the email, correct?
That is correct. That's for council. Now, if you like a number for the senator's office, I can give you that.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's where it gets interesting because it's like, which hat are you wearing? Right?
Right.
But you can just call me and I'll point you I'll get you the right place.
Oh, okay.
But the office number is 517
Uh-huh.
373 0994.
0994. Okay.
And we are in the office, by the way. We've gone back to a hybrid. We're like running the office where I only have one person there at a time.
Mhm.
And we wear a mask and we sanitize all the time and all that. But
Yeah.
we are there and we are live answering and working for you. I mean,
Oh,
you call, you're getting a person.
that's good to
You
know.
send an email, you're getting a response from me,
Yeah.
most likely.
That's good to know.
So you're getting a real person and we're really working for you.
So I got the COVID numbers here. I don't know. Did you see Dearborn Heights today? They're a little high.
I didn't see it today. I haven't got that far yet.
Dearborn Heights, is
What
23
does it look like?
cases today. 23.
Ooh, 23 cases. It's not looking good for trick or treating. I mean,
Oh,
And Dearborn
That's-
had 26. So
ooh,
those
that's
two are
high.
the highest. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good at all. We've really got to, people need to take this seriously. I know people are
Absolutely.
fatigued. I know they're tired of it. I know you are. You're tired of wearing a mask. You're tired of, this whole social distancing. You're tired of Zoom meetings.
It's so simple.
I
though.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got to do this.
You have
Because if
to.
you don't, you're going to bring something. If you get this thing and you don't realize it, you're asymptomatic. You could bring it to your loved one, your mother, your grandmother.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a whole different ball game for people.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And the younger
Yeah.
people really have to figure it out too, because your high school, your college students, it's, you just can't party like that anymore.
right.
No,
You just
no,
can't
you
do it.
can't. In the very least, do it for someone you love. If you
Exactly.
don't agree with it and you think it's all hype or it's conspiracy theory,
Right.
well, then at least do it for someone you love.
Yeah, just be
That's it.
respectful of others and
Yeah.
put it on. I mean, it's no big deal. It really isn't. Everybody fought the seatbelt when the seatbelt law came out.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is no different. Just put a mask on and deal with it.
It reminds me, I heard a song, and in this song it says, "When did kindness become revolutionary?"
Right.
And I want to be a revolutionist. We
Yeah.
all need to learn to be kind. And it's so difficult because, like, even with social media, people can be very bold. And we have to learn to really love each other because we are brothers and sisters, and be kind to each other. The world would be a better place.
Yeah, we're all in this together,
Yeah.
and that's how we got to get through it all together.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk
Absolutely.
about something fun.
Okay, what do you got?
Your singing and your acting. What is up with that? I guess COVID put a damper on it for a while, but why don't you
It
tell us
did.
about that?
We are back, though. We are back.
Oh, okay.
I'm with American Immersion Theater, Detroit, which is
Oh.
nationwide. You have these theater groups are all over the country: New York, Los Angeles, Atlanta,
Mhm.
Nashville, Chicago. But we have Detroit.
Oh my gosh.
And we do all of the, well, there's one part that does the princess shows. I don't do the princess shows, okay?
Okay.
But I do the murder mystery.
Okay. Yeah.
You need somebody
That's
killed.
one that's
Yeah, if you want someone to get killed, let us know. I mean, it's just, I'm being sarcastic and I'm trying to joke. I'm not funny, but no, but really the murder mystery shows are phenomenal. You may have seen them at Laurel
Yeah.
Park,
Yes.
or Burton Manor does them, but they
Uh-huh.
can't right now. Yeah, I had a show that I was scheduled for there, and unfortunately it got canceled.
Yeah.
But we're getting back into the smaller shows and smaller venues right now because it's safe to do so.
Okay.
But yep, and I've got a couple parts in some movies coming up, which is pretty exciting.
Really?
Especially if you get a speaking part, because I've been an extra for so long.
A
I'm always
speaking part.
in the background, like
Wow.
yeah. But I have some speaking parts, which is great.
That's
And
awesome.
things are getting back, and the whole writing thing. I tell you, I'm really bad. My editor, like, kind of every once in a while pokes me about it
Yeah.
because I had, quite frankly, haven't been doing it like I should,
Uh-huh.
writing down and trying to finish that book. The book is called Brave Enough,
Brave enough.
and
Okay.
it tells, it's actually my entire life story, but it's put into, like, not like an autobiography kind of thing, but more like, not, it's like fiction, but not,
Okay.
because all the names are changed.
Now, is that out now, or
Protect the innocent.
is that coming out?
It will be once I finish it.
Oh, okay. So you got to put an ending
I'll
on
tell
it.
you, I mean, and the thing is, the story, we all have a story to tell. And I think it's very important that people tell their stories, by the way, because your story could be somebody else's light and save their life, by the way.
Sure.
My story will tell you about, how I was raised, which was I had very hardworking parents who owned businesses, but, going through life being a military wife, it talks about where I was sexually assaulted at one point.
Oh,
It
wow.
talks about, things that people don't know. And by the way, I hid for years because it's embarrassing, but I think we need to talk about it because, again, you could save somebody's life, by the way.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
being, don't be selfish about that because you're embarrassed.
I agree.
And you've seen, I've done webinars on the suicide awareness and prevention.
Mhm.
And of course, now my son's death is added to that story.
Yeah.
And, and it takes, and I had a hard time because people like to use things against you and try to create it as a weakness, but it's really not. I want you to know it's a strength, by
Okay.
the way.
Right.
Because when you find that courage to share something so important because you care and you could actually save somebody's life,
I bet
you're
there's
a
a
very
lot of people
strong
that actually want to talk to you about things like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And I share that story, and I will tell you, yep, I cry. I cry every day.
Sure.
I cry when I pray,
Mhm.
but it's part of your life, and there's a reason that things happen, and it's a plan that you and I may never understand or even agree with, but it's God's plan, and it's all for
Mhm.
His glory. You go with that,
Yeah.
and you do the best you can with it, and
Right.
know that every darkness you go through is so you can be the light for someone else.
Well, you're a very strong person, and I commend you for that.
Thank you. I'm just an average person, Carrie. I've learned a lot. I'm
You're
getting old.
the
So,
average person.
yeah. But, this month of September is the Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month. It's coming, it's winding down.
Yeah.
But I hope people always remember that, sort of the subject, we could do a whole show on this, by the way. I just
Oh, yeah.
did one, that, when people go to that, how they feel, like my son that night, just what makes me sad is how he felt that night, that the only answer was death. The
Yeah.
only way to get away from the pain, because he had the survivor's guilt because of the men that he lost on mission
Mm.
in Afghanistan, but also when they came back, many of them took their own lives.
Oh.
So he always blamed himself that it should have been him.
Mm.
And so for him to be in that spot that night, that the only option was death, breaks my heart as a mother. But
Yeah.
here's what I tell people. I said, when you say to somebody, hey, I'm here for you, but you need to remember something, you've always been there for them. That's not necessarily the answer. Sometimes, and most importantly, you need to recognize when you need to get help
Yes.
from somebody
Yes.
else,
Exactly.
because you may not
help
be that
is out
person.
there. It is out there.
Yeah. And it is out there. You can text 741-741.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a suicide hotline. We've got there's a bill in Lansing to put the hotline number on student ID cards, so they have
that's
it
a great
right
idea.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of there's good things happening, and during COVID, it's difficult because people are social distancing, and
Very
the
difficult.
mental health is very, very real, and
Yeah.
it's nothing to be ashamed of. We need to remove that stigma.
Yes.
It's like a disease. Okay. It's just like if you have cancer or something, people, I don't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
do know how serious it can be. And I watched it happen,
Oh.
in front of our family.
Well,
Yeah.
with what's all happening with the government today and COVID, a lot of people are depressed out there, and
Yeah.
they're going to need help. They're going to need help to get through this. Maybe
Yeah, a
I'll
lot
just
of times families are in denial, or they're embarrassed. Again, keeping in mind that, like me being a public person,
Yeah.
you hide things because you don't want anybody to use it against you.
Sure.
Like, you know what I mean, in the political environment.
Mhm.
And shame on me for ever allowing anybody to influence me in that way,
Mhm.
that I'm embarrassed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But unfortunately, that's the culture of politics, and I wish it wasn't that way.
Yeah, that is. It is.
Mm.
You know what? Maybe we'll get you back on real soon, and we'll do a whole show on depression, suicide prevention, and what
Yeah.
people can do and how
There's some
we
great
can reach out to
resources
them.
out there. Yeah, there's really great resources and great people.
All right.
And I'm very grateful, by the way, to all of the communities that came together. Garden City was one of them. I mean, your
Mhm.
fire chief and your police chief. I mean,
Mhm.
they brought the trucks, and it's just
They're
it's just
awesome.
world. It means the world. And by the way, congratulations to your library director.
Oh, yeah.
Did they tell you? They have a grant.
Oh, they got the grant?
They did. It's a $5,500 grant from the state of Michigan through
Awesome.
Michigan Libraries, part of the CARES Act.
Oh,
That
great.
money can be used for PPE and cleaning of the library facility, as well as the internet type of activities, connectivity for people, for
Oh.
programming, and the purpose is to get your libraries open safely for people. So
Awesome.
congratulations, Director Lentz.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great job
congrats.
on that. Dearborn Heights was our other community that was a recipient of the grant. And through the Fifth Senate, we are always so pleased when our communities get grants and
Mhm.
things like that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don Nicholson said that him and Edward, his son, were actually extras in the last Superman movie.
Ooh, you see?
Wow.
Oh,
That's
wow.
big time.
Yeah,
Big time.
that is great. Well, there's always opportunities. So listen, look,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to tell you my age, but I did acting and modeling. Like I want to tell you, it was a long time ago. But I'm back now at this age, and you would think, you can't do this. You know what I mean? You're like, how could you do this?
You can do it
And
at
let me
any
tell you,
age.
don't ever be discouraged. Do it. Okay.
Right. You know what?
Yeah.
It's probably nice to just get away from the everyday politics and all
Yeah.
that crap, just to get out there and enjoy yourself.
I love the acting. It's really like an escape. It's like, it's fun. I love it. My kids will tell you I'm very dramatic, so it's perfect.
I always thought of you as reserved.
Reserved. Yeah.
Yeah, not so much.
So, hey, before I let you go, anything else that you want to mention? That
No, I just want to remind people to vote.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
that is your constitutional right.
Yes.
Do your civic duty. You have such available options. You can vote from home. You be careful of mail in. You may want to take it in person to your clerk's office, but whatever you do, vote. Absolutely. And I do hope to have support in Dearborn Heights.
Yes,
So-
and I'm going to put that up again, the fundraiser. It's Wednesday, October 14th, 5:30 to 7:30, and it's at the Lava 2, right? Lava Lounge
Yeah,
2.
Lava 2. Yeah, we call it Lava 2. Yeah.
And
it's Lava
that's
Lounge.
233 Ford Road in Dearborn Heights.
Yep.
And be sure to
Yeah,
wear
so
your
please
mask.
join us. Yeah, what's that?
Be sure to wear your mask as well.
Yes, wear your mask and just come and say hello and enjoy some food, and it'll be great to see people. And take a yard sign with you.
All right. Well, look, hey, it's always a pleasure to have you on, talk with you. You have some great information. Once
Thank
again,
you.
thanks. Come back anytime
Thank you.
to share any information that you feel is important for the community.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And
Yeah.
again, congratulations on your
you.
success.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm hoping you're going to tune in October 8th.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Is that the 500th show, that one?
Yep. Thursday, October 8th. Yep. I'll send you the invite.
It's too bad we can't get together and celebrate like we did before.
I know. I wished. Well, look, good luck November 3rd, and be safe out there, okay?
Thank you. And you as well. And to everyone, please stay well, stay safe, and be kind to each other.
Thank you, Lisa. Take care.
Thank you. Good night.
Night. All right. Lisa Hicks-Clayton. Lots of information there. Boy, she is one busy lady, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know how she does it. I'm tired just talking about it. Oh. Don Nicholson says he's going to come and say hello. Thank you, Lisa. God bless you. All right. I'm going to do the COVID numbers, and then we're going to get Mike in here. All right. For some announcements. Today's numbers for the state, we have a total of 119,597. Total deaths for the state, 6,700. Today we had 982 confirmed cases.
Oh, wow.
Very high.
Yeah.
Yesterday was 700 and some. And the COVID deaths were 8 today, but 6 were identified during a vital records review. So yeah, that's not looking good. We need to do better than that. That's for sure. And as I mentioned, Dearborn Heights had 23 cases today. They've had a total of 1,118, no deaths today, and 76 residents have passed. Garden City did well, 0 cases today. 300 total, 0 deaths, and we remain at 17 total deaths. Inkster, 0 today cases, 485 total, no deaths, and 32 total deaths. And Westland, our neighbor Westland, 6 cases today, 1,232 total, no deaths, and 102 total deaths. And the only community registering a death today in Wayne County is Plymouth Township. They had 1. So, but yeah, this 982, that's got to come down. We have to do better than that. It's just a case.
Good part of that is the young people at college campuses.
It is.
And the parties and stuff.
I know. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. So many of those sorority houses are just, I don't know. They're petri dishes. They really are. All right, Mike, you ready to do your thing?
Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
All right, let's get your music queued up. Stand by. Well, that'll be the day when you say goodbye. Yes, that'll be the day.
Okay, it's
When
time
you
for some
make me
community
cry high and say
announcements.
you're
So
gonna
let's get
leave.
Mike in here.
You know it's a lie, 'cause that'll be the day when I die. All right. Good job. So what
Thank
you
you.
got? You got a few new ones and a couple of oldies but goodies.
Yep. Lucky Dog Daycare and Boarding is going to have a barbecue. I guess
Oh yeah, Richard Warbowski.
Richard Warbowski, I guess, is doing that.
Yes.
They're located at 5921 Middle Belt Road in Garden City.
Mm-hmm.
The date is going to be this Saturday
Yeah.
from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. The menu will include pulled pork sandwiches,
Mm.
brisket sandwiches, brisket and pulled pork sandwiches,
Ooh.
mac and cheese topped with pulled pork, a 3-bone rib meal, a half a rack rib meal,
Whatever
a
you
full
want.
rack meal, sides of mac and cheese, baked beans, coleslaw, and Chubb's corn on the cob, plus
Wow.
drinks.
Wow.
Sounds like it's going to be a big affair, and we know that food will be good.
Oh, something for everybody. Yeah, I can tell you, I can attest that the ribs are excellent. They are very good.
Our home pantry says we are here to help. The home pantry, located at the Maplewood Community Center, staff and volunteers are passionate about helping and empowering residents to live their best lives. The pantry serves Garden City residents and Garden City Public School students and their family. It's by appointment only. If you're not a Garden City resident or Garden City Public School family, emergency food bags pre-made are available during regular building hours at the Maplewood Community Center's information desk. You may call 734-793-1857 to check for openings and make an appointment to shop the pantry.
Yeah, they do good work over there.
Yeah. Our friend Kathy Ward's one of the,
Jerry Thorne from Party Animal Travel just joined us. Says hello, guys.
yeah. And my wife wants to know if all the appropriate COVID cautions are being taken for that drag queen bingo.
Yeah.
Out of,
Yeah. Jerry, maybe you can answer that. Type it in the comment section there.
yeah, she says I can go, but she's reluctant to take a chance.
Yeah. I would imagine there's a few people that are kind of reluctant. Yeah, big time.
Halloween painting class at the Straight Farmhouse, September 30th from 7 to 9. Farmhouse is located at 6221 Merriman Road in Garden City. Come and join us for an evening of painting and wine. You have a fun Halloween painting with no experience necessary, as you will be walked through step by step by our artist, Laurel Plagans. Laurel has been teaching painting to all ages and experience levels. Each painting is 16 by 20. Bring your favorite bottle of wine to enjoy while creating your masterpiece.
Wine?
Yeah. Now, you drink enough of the wine, and most anything will look like a masterpiece.
Right.
Class size is limited, so be sure to get your spot today. Cost is $35 with a portion going to the Straight Farmhouse.
Mm.
Contact Laurel by calling or texting 734-752-3936. Attention, due to the cancellation of the 2020 Garden City Santaland Parade, the 2021 parade will be identified as the 60th, in quotes, Garden City Downtown Development Authority Santaland Parade, and will be held on Saturday, November 27th, 2021. In the meantime, the parade committee is asking anyone with photos or film of any of the parades from the 60s and 70s to post them on the Santaland Facebook page. That's www.facebook.com/SantalandParade/. Thank you for your understanding. Maplewood Community Center is now open with regular building hours. The building will be at a 25% capacity to start, and all offerings will be available at this time. Note the Dance Express, yoga, aerobics, and new room rentals will not resume until October. If you have questions, call 734-793-1857.
Mm-hmm.
The half-mile walking path at our main city park is now open. Construction has been completed. And the next city council meeting is going to be Monday, September 28th at 7 p.m., held at the council chambers, 6000 Middlebelt Road. They urge all residents to attend and wear your masks. Garden City Miniature Golf has a special coming up, family special. They're located at 29060 Ford Road in Garden City. You can take a midday break from the computer. You can play around a mini golf. Lots of fun, and even helps with learning basic math skills. Yeah, let's see. What was my score on that windmill hole? Oh, yeah, 22. Yeah. Call for hours, 734-425-9816. Regular price is $16 for 18 holes. Seniors 62 or older and kids 5 and under are only $4 for 18 holes. A second round at the same time is $3. Don't forget to get your frequent player awards card.
Oh, yeah.
Straight Farmhouse is continuing to request donations for their parking lot fund, as we need $39,500 by March 30th, 2021. You can drop by the museum and see the quilt exhibit and make a donation or mail a donation to the farmhouse, 6221 Merriman Road, Garden City, 48135. We're also hosting mini arting classes. Get your RSVPs in right away, as they are selling fast, which we appreciate, as with every class we receive a donation. Are you looking for a gathering of 20 or 30 people? If so, think about renting out the Grand Parlor. We also have a great cater choice catering. If you like to bring your own food, you can do that. Maybe you need a place for a funeral luncheon or that rehearsal dinner. We also have Wi-Fi available, so you can Zoom your bridal shower or baby shower for those who cannot attend that might be out of state, allowing everyone in your family to be part of the celebration. We're looking for people who want to teach a special art class. If so, call Kim Marquette at 734-812-1559 or send an email to us. Check our website at www.straightfarmhouse.org for more information about all our upcoming events and more. Straight Farmhouse is keeping very busy.
Oh, they have a lot of stuff. That's just a couple out of several.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's amazing.
Here's a new one from the Straight Farmhouse.
Yeah.
Thursday, October 15th at 6 p.m. They're giving an October trio party.
Mm-hmm.
We can't stress enough how important it is to sign up soon, so you do not miss a spot and their party gets sold out. Class price is $50. You need to send a $20 non-refundable deposit to hold your spot and cut your materials. To sign up, just text a picture of what you want to make to 734-625-4574. You can bring your own bottle of wine and glasses,
Wine?
beer, alcohol, etc., and any food. You can make the snowman face, the fluffy snowman, or a flower. Okay, pumpkin painting. Saturday, October 17th at the Log Cabin, 200 Log Cabin Road from 10 a.m. to 11:30. Pick and paint a pumpkin at the Garden City Pumpkin Patch.
Mm,
Enjoy cider and donuts while you paint.
cool.
Call the Maplewood Community Center at 734-793-1850 to register. Registration is limited to 30 kids.
Mm.
This is sponsored by Ken's Country Produce.
Mm.
And here we go. Straight Farmhouse Skeletons Night, October 28th through 30th. Straight Farmhouse and the Garden City Theater proudly present Skeleton Nights at the Straight Farmhouse. The skeletons are coming outside of the farmhouse to meet and greet you this year. You will walk a path filled with vignettes and surprising twist actors interacting with our skeleton friends. Also new this year, there will be food available for purchase from select vendors. So here is how it will work. Everyone must have a ticket. You can get your tickets at Farmhouse during regular hours,
Mm-hmm.
or you may visit sfh.ludus.com. Tickets are free, but donations are always appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
When you visit the Ludus website, simply select the day and time you wish to attend. There'll be a limited number of tickets available for each 1/2 hour time slot. So they're trying to do the social distancing
Yes.
and they're limiting how many people. And,
Right. And it's outside too, so
Yeah.
that helps.
Yeah. Arrive at your scheduled time and walk the path to see the vignettes. If you wish, stop afterwards at one of the food vendors for a snack or something to drink. Pop, hot chocolate, water, and cider only, no alcohol. We don't want our skeletons getting tipsy. Nothing worse than a tipsy skeleton.
Right.
Hey, kids, feel free to wear a costume. Adults too. Please note, no candy will be passed out at this event. You may want to bring a flashlight. Are you competitive? Enter our decorated pumpkin or carved pumpkin contest. The theme for our pumpkin competition is Halloween.
Mm.
Oh, that's novel. Bring your painted, decorated, or carved pumpkin for the pumpkin competition to the farmhouse on Wednesday, October 28th from noon to 6. Judges will award prizes for first, second, and third place. There will
Cool.
also be an award for People's Choice.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, the farmhouse reserves the right to refuse any pumpkin deemed inappropriate.
Oh boy.
So
Beyond good
you got to be
behavior.
G-rated. The
Right.
decision of the farmhouse will be final.
Family oriented.
Our skeletons want us to remind you that social distancing and masks are required. Please bring a flashlight as you will be walking through the vacant lot across from the farmhouse. Remember to dress for the Michigan Halloween weather. And that could be rather cold starting next Thursday. Shorts, snowsuits, rain gear, who knows?
Right.
Our skeletons are so excited and can't wait to see everyone. I'm sure they are.
All right. I got a couple things. Don says to watch for the Straight Farmhouse picture. Remember the picture we took?
Yeah, it's going to be in the next
It's
issue.
going to be on the cover of the October edition of the Marketplace. So we want to look for that. He also says that they raised just under $200 for the farmhouse that day.
That's nice.
So that's nice. Good job.
They're getting close to their goal,
Also,
considering they needed $31,000.
oh yeah, they got to be real close. Also, Jerry Thorne answered your question about the safeness of the event, the Drag Queen Bingo. He goes, you bet. Mask separation, only 60 people in a 225-seat theater. There will be no buffet. Mask must be worn except for dinner, dining, temps taken, and COVID assessment at the door. So they're taking all the precautions, which is very good, Jerry. Thank you.
60 people in a 250,
225 seats.
225.
Yeah, so that's
seat.
pretty good.
Yeah, they're able to spread out.
Yeah. Let's see. Don says, I don't even want to know what kind of pumpkin can be G-rated. Yeah. All right. I wanted to mention that Drag Queen Bingo. I have it here on my phone. So let me bring that up. If I can find it.
You got to get tickets at Party Animal.
Yeah, here it is. Party Animal Travel and the Kiwanis of Garden City present Drag Queen Bingo. It's going to be Saturday, November 14th, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. It'll only cost you $59. This evening of nonstop fun includes all-you-can-eat dinner, which includes Italian wedding soup, garlic breadsticks, Gianetti's very own white pasta antipasta salad with Italian vinaigrette, baked chicken with vegetable, Italian steak with oven roasted potatoes, Italian sausage with green peppers and onions, cannoli for dessert. And that will be at the Gianetti's Hole in the Wall. And like I said, that's going to be
You get the address
November
on Gianetti's?
14th. No.
People? No, I didn't bring my flyer either. So
Well, does that include transportation there?
no,
No, you got to go there on your own.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay. No, I do not have the address. If
No.
it's there, I can't read it because it's real light.
I'll try to remember to bring my flyer next week. It might be.
Yeah, if you got a flyer, post it or bring it. Yeah. For more information, you can call Party Animal Travel at 734-525-9777. All right. Good job, Michael.
Thank you.
As always. Anything else? Yeah, no transportation. Right. Okay. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that. All right. Hey, we'd love to have you as a guest on our show. Maybe you know someone who might be interested. If so, it's very easy. You can contact us through our website at gccommunitychat.com. Send us your name, email address, and a brief message, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. Or you can message us on Facebook during this time. You can do the show remotely and safely from the comfort of your home or office, just like tonight.
There's your address.
Oh, okay. 105
Main Street,
Northville. Okay, thank you, Jerry. You are good. Hey, maybe you own a business or belong to an organization and would like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you. Mike, you got anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah.
I think we covered everything.
I'm having my eye surgery next Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, your cataract?
First cataract surgery on the first eye, yeah.
Piece of cake.
Yeah, so I won't be able to do any heavy lifting probably at the next community chat.
I don't think you do any heavy lifting here anyway, right?
This water bottle.
Oh, yeah, the water bottle, yeah. Let me see something. I did have breaking news here. NBC just told me Pac-12 is reversing course on fall college football, joining other top leagues and resuming games for 2020. So there you go.
I think the MAC will probably do that pretty soon too.
Yeah, they're probably all going to fall in. And with that said, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. 1 hour, 14 minutes.
Yeah, there's never a short show with Lisa Hicks-Clayton.
No, a lot of information, that's for sure. Hey, special thanks to our guest, Dearborn Heights Councilwoman Lisa Hicks-Clayton. She had some great information. Once again, you can contact Lisa at 313-348-9848. That's for Dearborn Council information. Or you can call her in Lansing at 517-373-0994. And that is State Senator Alexander's office. Also, thanks to my co-host, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Does a fantastic job with the weather. And Mike, thank you, sir. Good job as always. Also, thanks to all of you for tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. And for those of you that have downloaded the audio and are listening, we really appreciate your support each and every week. Be sure to view this video and past videos at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late tonight by going to our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat or our YouTube channel at youtube.com/communitychatshow. We hope you'll check them out and feel free to share with your friends And be sure to click the red subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. Now, this show will be up on Facebook right away for your viewing pleasure, but the YouTube channel takes a little longer, but it will be up later tonight. Also, stop by our website at gccommunitychat.com as well. You can also download the audio of tonight's show and take it with you if you're in Planet Fitness exercising again. They're back opening. Download it at iHeartRadio. Just search for GC Community Chat with Carrie Parton or on TalkShoe.com. And as always, what we do at the end of the show, we want to thank all the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe. And we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And when you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. Exactly. All right. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community. So please support your local businesses. They need that support now more than ever. So be sure to support them when you can. And please, if masks are required, mask up. We need to get ahead of this. You saw we got 982 cases today. We need to get that down and get ahead of this. And if you see something,
Say something.
absolutely look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to doppertomsweather.com, a great user-friendly site. We will see you back here next week, October 1st already. Wow. We'll be live right here on Facebook. So until then, thanks for listening. Stay safe, mask up, and good night. Guys, take care.
Hang loose.